I'm gonna help you find the best gaming monitors in each price bracket. We'll take two top contenders in each price bracket, compare them side by side, and find out which one comes out on top. Let's go. In the under $200 category, we have the Dell G2724D and Dell S2722D GM. Both of these monitors are solid choices for budget-conscious gamers. But they've got some key differences that might sway you one way or the other. Let's dive in and see how they stack up. First off, let's talk about the panels. The G2724D rocks an IPS panel, while the S2722D GM goes with VA technology. In my experience, this means the G2724D gives you those sweet, wide viewing angles, perfect if you're often sharing your screen or sitting at weird angles. The S2722D GM, on the other hand, brings that juicy contrast ratio to the table. We're talking 3000 to 1 here, folks. That means deeper blacks and more vibrant colors, which really pop in darker games. Now, both of these bad boys are rocking a 1440p resolution and 165Hz refresh rate. That's a killer combo for gaming, giving you sharp visuals and smooth motion. But here's where it gets interesting. The G2724D has a faster response time across its entire refresh rate range. I've noticed this translates to crisper motion in fast-paced games, with less blur when things get hectic. Let's talk about some real-world gaming scenarios. If you're into competitive shooters, the G2724D might edge out the S2722D GM with its faster response times. But if you're more into atmospheric single-player games, the S2722D GM's superior contrast ratio could give you a more immersive experience. It's all about what you prioritize in your gaming sessions. When it comes to extras, the G2724D pulls ahead with its better ergonomics. It's got a more adjustable stand, which is a godsend for long gaming sessions. The S2722D GM, however, throws in a curved screen, which some folks love for that extra bit of immersion. Neither of them has USB ports or speakers, so you'll need to factor that into your setup plans. After spending time with both monitors, I've got to give the edge to the Dell G2724D. It's just more versatile overall. The faster response times, better ergonomics, and wider viewing angles make it a solid choice for most gamers. Plus, it handles glare better, which is crucial if your gaming space gets a lot of light. The S2722D GM is still a great choice if you prioritize contrast ratio, but for most people, I think the G2724D is the way to go in this price range. In the $200 to $500 category, we have the MSI G274QPX and Gigabyte M27QX. Both of these monitors are absolute beasts when it comes to gaming performance, but they've got some key differences that might sway you one way or the other. I've spent a good amount of time with both, and let me tell you, they're neck to neck in many aspects. Let's talk refresh rates. The MSI G274QPX boasts a 240Hz refresh rate, which is insanely smooth for fast-paced games like Apex Legends or Valorant. The Gigabyte M27QX matches this with its own 240Hz refresh rate. In my experience, the difference between these and a standard 144Hz monitor is night and day. Everything just feels more responsive and fluid. But here's where it gets interesting. The Gigabyte has a slight edge in response time, which means less motion blur in those crucial moments. Now, color accuracy is where things get spicy. The Gigabyte absolutely crushes it with its wider color gamut and exceptional accuracy in sRGB mode. I've used it for some light photo editing, and the colors pop without being oversaturated. The MSI holds its own, but it doesn't quite reach the same level of color fidelity. That said, for pure gaming, you might not notice the difference unless you're really looking for it. Let's talk about build quality and design. The MSI has a sleek, minimalist look that I really dig. It's sturdy and doesn't wobble on my desk, which is a pet peeve of mine. And the Gigabyte, on the other hand, is a bit more utilitarian in design. It's not winning any beauty contests, but it gets the job done. One thing I love about the Gigabyte is its KVM switch feature. It's a godsend if you're switching between multiple devices. When it comes to HDR performance, neither of these monitors will blow you away. The Gigabyte has decent HDR color gamut coverage, but the lack of local dimming means you're not getting true HDR. The MSI is in a similar boat. In real-world use, I found that HDR content looked okay, but nothing to write home about on either monitor. If you're after mind-blowing HDR, you might want to look at pricier options. All things considered, though, the Gigabyte M27QX edges out the MSI in this category. Its slightly better response times, superior color accuracy, and useful KVM feature, making it the more versatile choice for both gaming and content creation. But honestly, you can't go wrong with either. They're both solid picks that'll serve you well in your gaming adventures. In the $500 to $1,000 category, we have the Alienware AW3225QF and MSI Mag 271QRX. Both of these monitors are absolute beasts when it comes to gaming performance. I've had the chance to test them side by side, And let me tell you, the 360Hz refresh rate on both is mind-blowing. The smoothness is unreal, especially in fast-paced shooters. You'll notice the difference immediately if you're coming from a 144Hz or even a 240Hz display. Now let's talk about the panel technology. Both monitors use QD-OLED panels, which means you're getting those deep, inky blacks and vibrant colors that OLED is known for. The contrast ratio is insane on both, making dark scenes in games look incredibly atmospheric. I've played some horror games on these, and the dark corridors have never looked so terrifying. The HDR performance is also top-notch, with both monitors capable of hitting 1000 nits peak brightness. One area where the MSI edges out the Alienware is connectivity. The MSI G274QPX comes with a KVM switch and a USB-C port with 90-watt power delivery, which is super convenient if you're switching between multiple devices or want to charge your laptop. The Alienware, on the other hand, lacks these features. However, the Alienware has a slight edge in build quality. Its stand feels a bit more premium and stable, although both offer full ergonomic adjustments. When it comes to image quality, it's honestly hard to tell these two apart. They both offer a 2560 to 1440 resolution, which I find to be the sweet spot for 27-inch monitors. It's sharp enough for crisp visuals, but not so demanding that you need a top-tier GPU to hit those high refresh rates. One thing to note is that both use a triangular subpixel layout, which can make text look a bit less clear than on traditional LCD monitors. I notice this more often doing office work than gaming, but it's something to keep in mind if you're planning to use these for productivity as well. In terms of pricing, the MSI Mag typically comes in about $100 cheaper than the Alienware. Given how similar these monitors are in performance, I'd say the MSI offers better value for money. It's the one I'd recommend for most gamers in this price range. You're getting essentially the same gaming experiences as the Alienware, plus some extra features like the KVM switch. At a lower price point, unless you're really attached to the Alienware brand or aesthetics, the MSI Mag is the way to go in this category. In the $1,000 plus category, we have the Alienware AW3225QF and MSI G274QPX. Both of these monitors are absolute beasts when it comes to gaming performance. I've spent some time with each, and let me tell you, they're neck and neck in many aspects. The Alienware has the subtle curve that I found really immersive, especially during those long gaming sessions. It's not in your face, but it does make a difference when you're trying to track fast-moving objects across the screen. The MSI, on the other hand, is flat, which some of you might prefer for a more traditional look. Now let's talk about image quality. Both monitors use QD-OLED panels, which means you're getting those deep, inky blacks and vibrant colors that OLED is known for. But here's where it gets interesting. The MSI seems to have a darker image overall, both in SDR and HDR. I noticed this particularly in shadow details and night scenes in games. The Alienware, by contrast, tends to lift those shadows a bit more, which can be good or bad depending on the game and your preferences. In HDR, the Alienware really shines, with excellent visuals and peak brightness that make those highlights pop. When it comes to gaming performance, both of these monitors are top-notch. They both rock a 240Hz refresh rate and 4K resolution, so you're getting silky smooth motion and razor-sharp details. The MSI has a slight edge in response time, with a mind-blowing 0.03 ms compared to the Alienware's still impressive 0.4 ms. In practice, though, I doubt most of us could tell the difference. What I did notice was that the MSI has less VRR flicker, which is a big plus if you're sensitive to that kind of thing. Now let's talk about some extra features. The MSI pulls ahead here with its KVM switch and 90-watt power delivery over USB-C. This is super handy if you're like me and often switch between multiple devices. The Alienware doesn't have these features, but it does support Dolby Vision, which can make a noticeable difference in compatible content. Both monitors have excellent color accuracy out of the box, so whether you're gaming or doing some creative work, you're covered. After spending time with both monitors, I have to say the MSI G274QPX is my pick for the best in this category. While the Alienware AW3225QF is an excellent monitor, the MSI's better VRR performance, additional productivity features, and slightly lower price range gives it the edge. That said, if you prefer a curved screen or Dolby Vision support is a must-have for you, the Alienware is still a fantastic choice. Either way, you're getting a top-tier gaming experience that'll make your games look and feel better than ever. Alright, thanks for watching. Let me know if you agree with my selection and comparison. If not, what would you rank as the best? Make sure to subscribe and like the video for more videos like this in the future. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.